Johnner!
Yes, right?
I'm alright. What are you up to?
Nah, doing a bit of fishing. We've
Yeah.
only got a fiver, so what am I going to do?
You only got a fiver. Well, I just spent more than that on 2 pints of casters, John, for the weekend. Ah, it's got to be pellets, hasn't it? Few expanders. Got to be.
Come on, boy. Show me what we get.
Around this side they are. Come on in, John.
Come on, let's have a look.
Let's get down to the nitty gritty of things. Right, well, obviously, it's got to be the Pro Expanders, hasn't it? They're easy to.
Your ugly mug on it.
My ugly head on it. I got the new version of the fin person there, and then you got the one with my head looks like a potato.
Look a bit of Jamie Hughes that one.
I said that. So what are you fishing for? Like everything?
A bit of everything, yeah. Skimmers, carp, a lot like so. They'd be,
4 mils.
they'd be bang on, wouldn't they?
4 mils. Get them in some water now. You know, by the time you start, by the time you're ready, they'll be ready to go.
Happy days. Sounds good to me.
Take them
How
over
much
to
are they?
sale. They're $4.99.
$4.99. And a penny change.
What are you going to do with the other penny?
Penny for the guy.
Penny for the guy. Well, let's do it.
So join us here today at Acorn Fishery in Clevedon. So we've got a beautiful X90 I'm going to be fishing with today.
Go on.
Oh, so we're going down this route, are we? Fair enough. I'm not fishing with the X90, I'm fishing with the Edge Monster margin pole. Let's give it a go. And today we're going to do something a little bit different. It's not the usual sort of video that we do. So today, with like the price of living going up and diesel and everything getting more expensive, today we're going to do a bit of fishing with a minimal sort of budget on bait. So we're going to use 4mm Pro Expanders. One bag costs $4.99, so it's less than a fiver's worth of bait. We're going to soak them up and use them to feed and put on a hook. Now fishing's all about enjoying yourself, and it doesn't have to cost the world. So we're going to be using the Edge Monster margin pole to actually fish with, which is wouldn't say it's a budget sort of pole, but it's sub sort of £300. So it's not costing you the world, and it's not just for sort of summer fishing down the edges where you're bagging loads of fish. You can use it this time of year when we're going into winter and catching fish also on it in that time of year. So today we're going to be fishing 4mm Pro Expanders, a bait bill of less than £5, like I said, and a sub £300 pole, and hopefully we'll catch loads of fish. So to show you that you can catch lots of fish and it doesn't have to cost you the world, and just enjoy yourself. Fishing's about enjoying yourself and catching plenty of fish. So hopefully we'll do that today. So we're just gonna plumb up now, sort of get where we're gonna fish. Now we are going towards sort of the winter time, so choosing where you fish is quite important. We are going to be targeting the edge today, so like instead of going right in tight in the shallow water, which is like sort of there, you see how shallow that is, I've decided to sort of fish where the bottom of the shelf is, so just down the slope a little bit. So I'm just plumbing up there to the bottom of the body of the float. I'm just dropping a plummet just to make sure the bottom's quite hard, because you want to try and fish on hard bottom, not silty bottom. So it's always better to have a hard bottom, not a soft one, as they say. So that's lovely, that is. So I've lined that up there now with the post of that pump. The rig is very simple. It's a 4x14 carp pellet and just a simple bulk of 8s and 2 10 droppers and a 6-inch hook length. So it's power line, main line 017, quite durable, and I got a 015 hook length on with a 14 GPM hook. So the elastic's 15 Duraslip. Should tame any sort of carp we sort of catch. There's big carp and small carp. It's quite soft on the strike and it does power up quite quick. So that should tame any carpy hook, and that's it. We're ready to rock and roll. It's as simple as that. So we've plumbed up, everything's right, the rig's right. I'm going to slip a pellet on. Now it is coming into winter, so I don't know how these fish are gonna react to feed. So just gonna go nice and tidy to start with. Sort of 8 to 10 pellets. Just dip my pot in the water there, stops them bouncing out as I'm shipping out. Ship out nice and slow and smooth. No need to rush things. So like I said, I'm lined up with our post on the pump there. So I just flick my rig out to the side. Tip my pot over. Tap in those 8 to 10 pellets. Tap them from a little bit of a height, just to make a bit of a noise, just to try and drag some fish in. Like I said, it is sort of November, so it is going into winter. Although it has been mild, you don't really know how these fish are going to react. I just lower my rig directly over the top, in line with that post. I have got a little 2 number 9 back shots on, just because we're sat out of the wind. The wind is swirling about a bit, so just put 2 number 9 back shots on, just to hold on to and keep the rigs nice and still. I'm hoping these fish will come in, because we're fishing at the bottom of the slope. It's sort of like 4 foot there, rather than fishing in that really shallow water that you sort of be targeting in the summer. You're fishing just down the slope. I'm not quite in the silt, sort of still on a bit of a hard bottom, still on that slope. So I've plumbed up to the bottom of the slope, and then just come back up the shelf a tiny bit just to find that hard bottom. It's only sort of, oh, there we go, that's a good bite. That didn't take long. It's always good to sort of start with a little card pot, not a big pot in. Just start with a little card pot and just tap a little bit in, and take it nice and easy, and see how the fish sort of react and how they're feeding on the day. Some days they want really negative approach, minimal bait. Other days they want quite a lot of bait and you have the big pot and that. But that was quite a quick bite, that was. It's a nice mirror carp. So we got the carp. We've also lost the top kit. So I'm just gonna pull out of the side here. Look at that, multitasking. It's a lovely mirror carp here. Couple of pound, sort of 2 or 3 pound. And we're off the mark. Now just check the rig. You want to keep the rig. My dropper's just moved to touch there, so just drop that back into place. And we're off the mark. That 15 Dura slip's brilliant for this type of fishing. It's brilliant for the summer. It's brilliant for this type of fishing. It's really soft on the strike. It really powers up when you're sort of playing these fish. So I'm just going to do the same again. 8 to 10 pellets, not too many. The fish sort of tell you what they want to do. If they wanted more pellets, I'd stop getting bites. So I'm just going to keep going like this now. And if something's working, the old saying, if it's not broke, don't fix it. So if you're getting bites tapping in 8 to 10, there's no point changing it to more. I just flick our rig out to the side, like I said. Just line up with our post. tap the pellets in from a little bit of an height, just to make a bit of noise, so that any carp that are in the area just sort of home in on that noise, and just hold the rig out, sort of 8 to 10 inches, and lower it in the last. Whoop, we had a little bit of line, but straight away there then. So I'll do the same again, just lay the rig out to the side, hold the rig, let it all straighten out, and then just lower it down over those pellets we've just fed. There's a few fish there now. Just had another line bite straight away then. So just missed that bite. Just going to ship back in. Now, that time, it was clear that there was a few more fish there, so I'm not going to feed as many this time. Just going to sort of put in 4 or 5 pellets. Just dip them in the water just so they don't bounce out. So I'm going to feed a lot less this time because a few too many fish come into the swim then, and I just start getting a few line bites and a few indications and missed bites. So just cut that feed back a little bit and try and starve them on the hook. If I keep getting indications like this and missed bites, then I'd be looking to sort of, instead of tapping the pellets in from a height so it doesn't drag as many fish in. And there's a few fish in there because you're starting to get line bites and stuff, so there's a few fish in there. A few carp coming into the swim, or silvers, I'm not quite sure what they are. But there's a few fish coming into the swim. I'm not sure if they're carp or whether they're silverfish. So just persevere for a little bit. I think they're sort of silverfish there, because my pellet's sort of half. I've only got sort of half a pellet on it at the moment. Pro Expanders are brilliant for any time of the year, whether it's summer or winter. You'll catch fish on these Pro Expanders. A little bit of a line bite then. I don't know whether it was a liner or whether it was a small silverfish. That was definitely a line bite that time. So there might be a carp in there now. Just lower it back in. It's important not to strike hard when you're fishing expanders. Just a gentle lift is enough to set the hook. You know, and if you just give it a gentle lift, don't strike too hard. You don't strike the expander off, and you can lower the rig back in. Gives you a couple of bites of the cherry, rather than striking the expander off and having to come back and rebait all the time. This is typical winter sort of edge fishing, this is, where you feed a little bit of bait, you know, fish coming in there sort of one at a time. There's not millions of them coming in there like they do in summer. You know, they come in there sort of one at a time, one fish at a time. You're trying to sort of set that little trap to catch that sort of one fish. Lift and drop there, look. There he is. Big head shake again as he hooked that. That 15 dura slip doing his job. I had a big sort of liner just before I had that fish where I knew there was a carp in there. Just a gentle lift and drop and lower it back in, and you get a proper bite sort of quite quickly after it. So it's a beautiful fishery, this is. It's absolutely rammed, stuffed full of fish. You never know this time of year how they're going to react, especially with edge fishing. So they've got a lot of fight in them. God, they're beautiful fish. In such good nick and such lovely condition. This fish does not want to give up. Oh, I thought he was going to come up then. Big tail pattern then. I haven't seen him yet, so I don't know how big he is. Making a bit of a meal of this, to be honest, but I don't know how big this fish is. Oh, it's a good fish. It's a good fish right in the top lip. Sort of 6 or 7 pound that fish. Beautiful common. Immaculate condition. Just reset those droppers. We'll have another little go. So I'll slip another expander on. So versatile these Pro Expanders, you know, because everyone sinks. You know, you can feed them, fish them on your hook. They're just so versatile. Just drop that pot in the water. Just the water just helps to stop the pellets from bouncing out as you're shipping out. This monster margin pole as well is worth mentioning. It's a beautiful bit of kit for under £300. Do you mean, like, as it says, monster margin, it's a margin pole, so it's really strong. It's 10 metres long. It's still a beautiful bit of kit to be fishing, even at this time of year. It's long enough to reach the features that you need to be fishing against. Like, I'm fishing towards that pump there. You know, I'm well within the distance of that pump I need to be. It's quite stiff and responsive, and obviously ultimately it's really strong. I'll give us a little bit of a liner, so I'll just lift the rig out, let it all straighten out, and then just lower it back in. Hopefully we'll get a bite straight away. Now that's a smaller fish. That's sort of a silver fish. So it's not just carp in there. It's a little skimmer. It just goes to show, just because it's a margin pole, catch lovely skimmers like that. I mean, it doesn't have to be used just for carp bagging. You can use it for anything. Put another, just wipe the slime off my line with our skimmers just been there, and then we'll start again. Now, because there is a few silverfish there, I am putting in a few more pellets, sort of 8 to 10, sometimes even 12, just to try and drag a carp into the swim, because some of that bait is getting eaten by skimmers and silvers as well. So I have been told that there's quite a few big tench in this lake as well, so you never know, we could have a visit off a winter tinker who'll tear you the tench. Yeah, a little lift and there's a fish on. Like I said, you don't have to strike like a lunatic, just a gentle lift, set the hook, let that fish bolt off, and doesn't feel like a big fish. It's a lovely little Little common, eh? Lovely little fish. Put him back in. And as we said at the start, you know, this video today is all about, you know, fishing on a budget, £5 worth of bait. You can catch everything that swims, from small carp to skimmers to big carp, and just have a really nice day. Catch loads of fish, doesn't have to cost you the world. And also, if you're fishing matches, you know, as long as it's not fishery pellets, you can do exactly the same. You know, one bag of those Pro Expanders will last you a whole match this time of year. The beauty about doing this as well is you're fishing exactly what you're feeding. So you're sort of matching the hatch, as they say. This time of year, that is massively effective. Just lifting it out sort of 10 inches, letting it all straighten back out, and then just lowering nice and slow. You know, the sort of feeding fish that are down there, it catches their eye, and you get a bite not long after that pellet touches bottom. And I missed a bite, so you know that those pellets were eaten. So I'll just tap a few more in. Like I said, hold the rig sort of 10 inches and then just let it all straighten out. Lower it in. Perfect presentation. Like I said, that the wind is blowing off our back. It is swirling a little bit, which is making presentations a little bit awkward. Not too awkward, but a little bit awkward. So those back shots come in really handy when you're doing stuff like that. Just 2 number 9s is enough to you to be able to hold on to and keep your rig really still. It gives you that extra bit of control over your rig. Just do the same again. Pull my rig out over the top of my marker and just lower it down over the top of the bait. So we're just coming to the end of the day now. You know, we've had a lovely day's fishing on what I think is a very, very cheap sort of bait bill. I mean, one bag of Pro Expanders, $4.99, fed them and fished them on the hook. And we've had a really nice day fishing down the margin in sort of slightly deeper water than what you would do in the summer. We've caught all sorts really. We've caught skimmers, small carp, you know, big carp, sort of 6-7 pounders. And considering this morning was like a monsoon, and we're sat here now, we're out of the wind, and the air temperature has dropped like a stone really. It is really, really cold, you know, and it's like a proper winter's day. So to catch a pile of fish like we have in the margin, on the edge monster, and with those Pro Expanders, just to show you that you can fish and it doesn't have to cost you the world, and you still enjoy your fishing, whether it be summer, winter. You can just go out, enjoy your fishing, and it doesn't have to cost the world. So hopefully in this video we've showed you that just by doing the things that we've done today, you can have a lovely day, catch loads of fish, and not hit the pocket too much. Hopefully you've learned a few things today, and hopefully we'll see you on the bank soon. Thanks for watching this video. And if you like this stuff, there's loads and loads of stuff we do like this, and other stuff on the YouTube channel. So don't forget to like and subscribe to the Preston Innovations YouTube channel, and you'll get little notifications every time we do a video like this. Oh, we just got a fish right on cue there to end the day. So like I said, don't forget, like and subscribe to the Preston Innovations YouTube channel, and we'll be doing loads and loads of videos, educational ones, information ones, and just fun ones like this. Thanks for watching.